Okay, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this video on social media. I could really use your support. But as I continue to venture into Disney Plus, my wife and I decided to watch the Disney original Disney Plus movie Noelle, starring Anna Kendrick. It was a surprise. Shirley was in this movie. Bill Hader, he's on the movie poster. Julie Hagerty, which for some reason I haven't seen her since Airplane, but that's not to mean that I haven't seen her in anything. It's like she just hasn't been on my mind. And when I saw her, I was like, oh, that's awesome. She's in this. Billy Eichner is in this movie too as well. I thought he did a really good job with it. Michael Gross. Okay, like other than doing Tremors 10 or 15 or whatever he's doing these days, it was very nice to see. He played the senior elf on the Elf Council. It was nice to see Michael Gross in this. Diana Maria Riva, I think. She did a fantastic job as this mall operator, this outdoor mall operator. Basically, she ran a mall. Okay. And this whole movie is about... it starts off with Santa Claus. I'll try not to spoil too much, but it starts off with Santa Claus, in his prime, doing his thing, and then he passes away. Okay, so then it's left up to Bill Hader, who is Nick, he's the son, the next in line to be Santa Claus. Although he's not very good at it, doesn't really want it, didn't want the job in the beginning. In the beginning of the movie, they show them as kids, and there's a little girl playing Anna Kendrick's character, which is Noelle, and there's someone else playing Nick, Bill Hader's character. And Santa Claus comes in and he gives them gifts, and one of them gets a whole bunch of magazines, the Anna Kendrick's character, and then Bill Hader's character, the little child, gets a Santa hat, and he says, now it's time to go to Santa school or whatever to learn how to be Santa Claus. And he didn't want it. So Santa Claus passes away. And so now Bill Hader's got to step up, but he doesn't want to do it. So Anna Kendrick's character, Noelle, says to him, hey, look, why don't you just take the weekend off and come back and just go do some yoga somewhere and relax. And so, of course, he leaves the North Pole, taking that advice, but instead of just a weekend thing, he decides never to return. So Noelle is on a quest to go find Bill Hader and bring him back, because he has to be Santa Claus, or there will be no Christmas. Lots of mayhem ensues, as you would assume. Very much in the spirit of Elf with Will Ferrell, where Anna Kendrick's Noelle is a fish out of water. Everything from the North Pole is great, and trying to fit in the real world, because they end up in Phoenix, Arizona, which is like hot. And anyway, she steals, or not steals, but she takes the sled and all of the reindeer, and they head off trying to find Bill Hader, the brother Nick. And when they finally catch up with him, he's in a yoga studio. He doesn't want to return, and she's starting to form these little relationships with different people that she meets, trying to get advice on how to track down her brother, because before she discovered him in the yoga place, she had hired a private investigator, which ties into like this romantic interest, but not really romantic interest. And anyway, it's a fun Christmas movie. Anna Kendrick does a great job as always. I think there's some songs in here that something tells me she sang some of the songs. I didn't look in the credits to see if she did. What's really cool about what Anna Kendrick in many respects is like Shia LaBeouf when it comes to her acting style. She literally seems so natural doing all of her dialogue, even when she's stuttering, or when I'm talking about things, and everything just feels so natural when she talks. And she kind of shines in the different scenes, and you can see the lesser actors in the movie when she's in scenes with them, which that's a really good nod to her. She's just such a natural at what she does. And there was a special mention. There's this little reindeer in training. His name is Snow Cone, and he's animated. All the reindeer in this are animated, and they're not animated to the point where they look photorealistic like The Lion King or Jungle Book. They're done to where they still have a cartoonish kind of look to them. And that's fine for this particular movie because everything, even in the North Pole, the buildings, the houses, the colors, everything was beautiful Christmas colors and looked almost like gingerbread houses. And so, you know, everything was really over the top when they were in the North Pole. I will say that when they weren't in the North Pole, you could tell that there was a lot of blue screen or green screen done, especially, you know, car driving scenes or just any of the scenes in general. It seemed like there was a lot of like set extensions and things like that, but they didn't look like they invested enough money to make it not look like it was fake. But that's okay. Look, overall, it's a good film. There is some messaging in the movie, but it's done in a very subtle way, you know, because in the end, Bill Hader says, I can't do it. And Noelle should be the new Santa Claus. So she takes on the mantle of being Santa Claus. And they basically say, hey, we've had generations and generations of men as Santa Claus. It's time for a female Santa Claus. And so on and so on. They even make Shirley MacLaine, they put her on the elf council so that she could, she was the first elder woman elf ever to be on the council. They made a point of saying that. There was a lot of like wrapping up at the end. But again, there was a lot of the, you know, what's going on today in cinema where they just have to, you know, replace people or replace, you know, just gender swap with these roles to somehow make it fair. I don't know. I don't get it. Like, but the movie as a whole is really good. It stands on its own. Is this a Christmas movie that I'm gonna, like Miracle on 34th Street, that I'm gonna watch every year when Christmas comes around? No. It's a good one-off for me. I probably wouldn't watch it again, but it was cute. I think everyone should check it out. It's on Disney Plus. Really, really fun movie with an all-star cast across the board. So what did you think of Noelle? Have you guys seen Noelle yet? Let's talk about it in the comments section. And as always, please share this video on social media. If you like what I'm doing, subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell at the end there, and you'll know when my videos pop up. And we'll see you on the next one.